Welcome to the Waldorf Gridiron Club podcast, your home for all things football at Waldorf University, the best small college football experience in America. Hosted by Andy Buffington and me, Troy Thompson, from the secret gridiron bunker beneath Bolstorff Field. Now, let's meet the captains of today's podcast.
All right, everybody, welcome to this episode of the Waldorf Gridiron Podcast, episode 28 or 29 or 40 or something like that, Troy. I have no idea.
Rolling along.
Oh, absolutely. And, I hope everybody that's joined in has had a great time.
Like a lot of people when they graduate college, fast approaching 30.
Okay, cool. All right, so we got a couple great guests with us again, and this is one of those things. The reason we do this podcast is so that you, the Waldorf Gridiron fans and the club members, can get to know some of the guys out there, and you can put voices to faces and numbers and stuff like that. So we'll start off across the table, and we've got number 52 senior linebacker Morgan Touchdown Dostal.
That's right.
Also, we have number 3, our wide receiver Mike Mouton.
Is that how you say it, though? Are you sure? Are you positive that's how you say it?
Well, you could have sent me a text beforehand to phonetically spell it.
I could have. I feel like that happened, and then I didn't write it down after the second week. So.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Folks, if you don't know what happened, I will bring this up right now to get it out of the way.
Yeah, let's just go ahead. Pull the Band-Aid off.
I got it out there. So, what game? Well, so the first game was away. So, second game I blew it, and I said your name. I said your name wrong in the opening lineup. I said it wrong throughout the game, and nobody corrected me.
I tried.
It was like fourth quarter. You had enough. And you said Mouton and spelled it phonetically for me.
Yes, I did.
And I was like, ugh, I'm an idiot. And I did not write it down. Then the next game came, and I did not make any adjustments. And then you guys were all doing your thing.
Right.
And I got to, and we announced the other lineup. And so then it was like, well, I didn't see it. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, my God, if he does something, I don't know how to say his name because I have forgotten. So you did something. I'm like, well, maybe you won't do anything. But then you did. You caught a pass, and the next thing you know, we're in trouble. So,
Mike,
you did great, and Mike Mouton.
Well, and I was pretty sure when I had first met Mike early in the season, and I'd everybody, I'm Mouton this, Mouton that, and it's like okay. And so the next thing you know, I remember coming over to him in practice one day. I'm like, it's Mouton, right? He's like, yeah. I'm like,
that guy, he's an
Troy.
Idiot. He doesn't write anything down.
Army guy.
Can't read. Yeah, that is all true. And so it was the only time that I was really hoping that, just selfishly, that you didn't do something great. And, and I was like, oh.
Hey, he's Mike Mouton. He's gonna.
I was like, but yeah, and it wasn't even that I wanted something bad to happen as far as like not catching, because then I'd have to say who it was intended for. So I was just really hoping that they just didn't throw it your way at all. And then I was like, well, it didn't happen, so on we go, and I'll get this corrected. But so it worked out.
All right. Well, let's get to know these guys a little bit. We mentioned Morgan Dostal. Morgan hails from the metropolis, better known to the west as Wallingford, Iowa.
What?
He's an alumnus of Estherville-Lincoln Central High School.
Yes.
You wore number 52 in high school as well. Is that correct?
Yeah,
all right. Yeah. You played for the
Mike. Do you know before he says?
Oh yeah. What's
do you know what their mascot is at their high school?
It's funny. He actually told me
on the way over here.
On the way here, you learned.
Yep.
And
How'd you feel about that, Mike?
That is legendary. What is it?
It's a midget.
Yeah, the Estherville-Lincoln Central Midgets. We have taken a picture by it. The school's got the little guy in lights standing up there like strong. And we were coming back. Actually, it was coming back from the Waldorf game when we went out first game.
Oh, Briarcliff, yeah.
We went out to Briarcliff. We went back through and we're like, hey, we got to swing by and take a picture with the midget.
Oh, absolutely.
Which is allowed to be said because that's your thing. That's your mascot over there.
Oh, yeah.
Which is awesome. I was always hoping, as the announcer also for the high school here in Forest City, which are the Indians, and sometimes some people think that's controversial. And so I was always hoping that when we played Estherville, that there would be people, that there would be, like the Indians that would be protesting the Indians because we are using their name. And at the same time, I was hoping that they would meet another group of much shorter protesters who would come in.
Little people,
And they would meet in the parking lot and they would be like, no more Indians, no more midgets. And they're just like, then they're friends and they're like unified. And it's both teams are on the field and we're like, whatever, this is happening. It would be awesome.
Or they clash. And there's a big
that would be even.
There's a big indigenous peoples and little people melee.
I mean, this could go
brawl.
wrong fast. That
could have made Sports Center.
That would be
Probably
so
could.
awesome.
Probably would
I
have.
would just love that.
So back at ELC, were you? I mean, the nickname just because you'd always had it, and you probably didn't like. We're just the midgets. But was that like as you kind of came to realization that that's a little person? Was that ever like I can't believe we need to change our name?
I mean, for the longest time in high school, I really thought we were gonna get, and like I remember Mason City just changed from the Mohawks, and I was like, oh, we're up next, no question.
Yeah.
Like I remember I was out and about. I think I was in Sioux City, and I had a midget wrestling shirt on.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I mean, if you're not
like, where can I go to see that?
exactly,
Is that at a bar?
and a little person actually walked past me and gave me the meanest death glare. I was like, oh, this isn't good.
Were you checking your phone at the time? So that's when you caught it?
Yeah, no, I was just walking past, kind of just minding my own, and look over, and he's just staring at me. I'm like, thinking about turning around and going to like apologize or explain my situation, but I was like, we'll be all right.
Where did that come from? That's what I want to know. I mean, when they're sitting around thinking, well, we can't be Indians or.
Well, we used to be the Lincoln Central Hawks. This is how the story goes. I've been told, and we used to be the Lincoln Central Hawks, like or late '90s, I think, and we were playing a team. I don't remember who, and somebody with higher up power in the school was like, dang, we look like a bunch of midgets out there. And then someone just was like, that is a great mascot idea. Let's roll with it. And I was like, huh.
Yeah.
So that's how we got
And
it.
they rolled with it. I do. My wife knows. She'll turn around and look at me because when I'm in the PA box for the high school, because when we're tackling, I'm like, that's another tackle by the midgets. I will say it every opportunity because life just doesn't give you enough opportunities to say it anymore. And so
Right, it's true.
I'd be like, it was like tackled by a gang of midgets, brought down, pushed out of bounds by a midget.
I feel like less of a person right now because I'm over here giggling.
Oh my God.
Well, because anyway. All right. So we talked about where Morgan's from.
Yeah.
And so Mike, I assume you grew up in Monroe, Louisiana?
Yes, sir.
Okay, before we even move on, I got to get it out of the way. Who's your favorite professional team?
The Dallas Cowboys.
You didn't see that coming, did you?
I was just hoping. I'm a Saints fan.
Oh.
And
I had a feeling you
don't
were.
look at me
Yeah.
like that, Morgan.
Yeah.
So you're a Vikings fan, I take it.
This is actually really bad. I'm a Lions fan.
Oh,
well, that's not
thanks
bad.
for the recent donation to the
Yeah.
program.
Yeah, I saw that and I was a little upset.
Mm-hmm.
So Mike hails out of Monroe, Louisiana, and he attended the Ouachita Parish High School. I said that right, didn't I?
Ouachita.
Ouachita?
Ouachita. Oh,
Pretty close.
just complicated all over.
Well, I had enunciated the heck out of it.
Mouton.
And now
Ouachita.
their mascot, Morgan, you want to take a stab?
Oh, I hope it is the midgets.
Watch out. Indian?
No, it's the Lions.
Oh,
right?
I see what you did there.
Oh.
Yeah, there's actually a few Ouachita schools in the Monroe area, right? There's like,
Ouachita Christian
Mhm.
and West Ouachita.
okay. All right. Because Monroe, Louisiana, sits in the Ouachita Valley, right?
Yes, sir.
I did my research.
Oh, well, where is that?
It's
Northeast Louisiana.
yeah, northeast
Louisiana.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Absolutely.
okay. I've never been. Well, I probably have. I don't know. I don't think I've been to Monroe, though.
Yeah, so I think I've been through Louisiana. I think in the northern dialect here, we would say Louisiana, but you
Pronounce
get
every single letter.
It's Louisiana, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All
Is it kind of like? It's kind of like. I still remember during the March Madness, and Charles Barkley was talking about how to pronounce Louisville, and he said it's pretty easy. He said, I know how to spell, but it's Louisville. He said it's Lullvll, Louisville. It's like Louisiana.
Barkley, yeah.
Yeah, it's not Louisiana.
No. Well, it's awesome, though. I mean, It's a lot warmer there, isn't it?
Yeah, when I first got up here and we started for fall camp, and it was like 90 and 80 degrees. I
Right.
would wear like long sleeves. And
Long sleeves.
And
'cause it's
everybody
chilly.
from Iowa would be like, dude, how are you wearing long sleeves? It's 80 degrees. I was like,
Yeah.
what? In Louisiana is 105 right now.
And humid.
Yeah.
Humid.
Bad.
Whew.
Boy, it's going to be a long season. But you got used to it. Or maybe you didn't. I don't know.
Kinda. They said that it might snow next week, so I got to be mentally prepared for that.
Mhm. Well, it's going to be a little rainy on Saturday.
I'm
A little cooler, a little rainy. Mm-hmm.
And the 40s, and rain's supposed to be done by the time we kick.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Thank
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good.
Lord.
Okay. Anyway, back to Monday.
So I had Mike, I got to be honest. I had a lot of schools. They'll have like stats or past seasons, and
we will
and-
talk about more than just the mascot.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry, we'll
don't
come
worry,
back.
Morgan. We're coming back.
We'll come
yeah.
back.
Oh, perfect.
That's all we wanted you out here for. Was like, listen, there's one question.
So I
we
couldn't
need to-
find. I could find hardly anything because there is a lot of Mike Moutons in Louisiana,
Oh,
and so just trying to find information about Mike. So what was your number in high school, and what did you play?
I was number 83, and I played receiver. They put me at sliding outside.
Okay. So, again, I didn't find stats for you in high school. I got some on Morgan, and we'll jump back to him here in a minute. But, you know what, obviously, I mean, you went from high school to Arkansas Baptist, which is a JUCO. Is that right?
At the time, they were JUCO. Now they're NAIA.
Okay. Yeah. That's in Little Rock, Arkansas. That was the Buffaloes.
okay.
Buffalo. Great team nickname. The
Mhm.
Buffaloes. While you were there, you ended up with 25 receptions for 235 yards and 3 touchdowns. And then you went on to the Southwestern Assemblies of God University. We've had a few other guys here from SAGU. That's in Waxahachie, Texas, which is near what?
The Dallas-Fort Worth
Dallas
area.
Yeah. We know a few people that originated last season from there. The stats had you rushing for one rush for 16 yards.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and then in your 2 seasons, you had 17 catches for 135 yards and a touchdown. Then you come to Waldorf. So
Change that a little bit.
23 catches for 194 yards and a touchdown so
There you
far.
go.
And we still got 2 games to play against the powerhouse, the North Star, Iowa Wesleyan, the Tigers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so, that.
I don't think he means that. He's been.
No, I've been saying that all year, and it's one of those things that everybody's like, well, I think they're pretty good this year. Did you look who they played? I mean, did you really look at who they played?
Yes.
No, I
Mm-hmm.
haven't even been following him.
When I saw Luther College, I was like,
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
Oh, they played Luther, did they?
Yeah.
Hopefully, nobody from Luther listens to this.
Well, there's one.
Well,
Might be a little upset.
Courtney Woogie.
Yeah, the president of the Gridiron Club has completely defected from. No, he's still a Luther guy, but he's a big warrior guy.
Oh, of course he is. But, you got they played Tabor College right away.
yeah.
Tabor College, that was that was a really close game. Tabor ended up taking it to him. The offensive coordinator for Tabor College is our former offensive line coach, Kevin Rorick. So I'm counting that as a Waldorf victory.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
You know what's kind of ironic about that, though? The starting quarterback at Tabor, he came in with me in the spring at SAGU.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, so, I mean,
Oh, I'm moving around.
Yeah.
Okay.
all right, so let's jump back to Morgan real quick here. Again, we said he's from Wallingford. He played for the Midgets at Estherville-Lincoln Central, wore number 52. His senior year and his senior year alone, he had 40 tackles, 7 sacks, and 11 tackles for loss. Big numbers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, got you looked at by probably more than just Waldorf, I would imagine.
Yep.
Who else?
At the time, Briarcliff, Doane, Hastings, Simpson, and Nebraska Wesleyan.
All right, and we'll get
I
in.
feel like you chose the right place. Do you?
Oh, absolutely. I'd like to think so.
Like have regrets at this point. Listen, I was way off. I should have gone Nebraska Wesleyan.
There's Wesleyans. There's a Nebraska Wesleyan, an Iowa Wesleyan, a Kansas Wesleyan, probably a Missouri Wesleyan,
there
an
well
Illinois
should be.
Wesleyan, a Minnesota Wesleyan.
I
And
don't know that's true.
you can't throw a dead cat around here without hitting a Wesleyan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you also, and Mike will jump back into this with you here in a bit. But you were also a multi-sport athlete.
Yep.
Right. Yep. You ran 800s.
I did indeed, yeah.
Oh,
What were you thinking?
half mile?
Well, that was About 40 pounds ago, 50 pounds ago.
Well, yeah, you've been working out.
A little bit.
Eating well.
Yeah, but that's awesome. How'd you do? What was your time? Do you want to say?
My fastest 800 was a 2:04.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah,
good.
that's pretty good.
I don't think I could do that on a bicycle.
Heck no.
I mean, unless I got a rolling start.
I mean, the one I've got is stationary, so it'd take forever.
Probably wouldn't get too far.
It's true.
Yeah.
All right, so here at Waldorf, the big things we talk about, and we introduced you as Morgan Touchdown Dostal because against Simpson College out of Indianola, Iowa.
Talked about them just a second ago.
Yeah, so he lines up on the punt block team, and I don't remember if that was the one where that wasn't the one where they kicked it into the guy.
No, that was the one they kicked it into the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you picked it up. You scampered 20 yards
Yeah.
into the end zone. Well, next time they punt, hey,
It's right there
the sun
again.
shined down on Morgan one more time,
Yes.
and literally they kicked it right into your hands.
Yeah.
And then there was the picture of you when you won.
It was horrible.
Oh, it was so great. The look on your face was shock, surprise, and a lot of happiness. Like,
Oh, yeah.
there's no way this is happening again.
Yeah.
So as I was running, I was just like, looked to the side. I was like, holy crap. I was like, no way this is happening.
Yeah, that was so awesome.
It was.
And then I think I had told you because we were worried about them lining up for an onside kick. And then I said, hey, Morgan, they're going to kick it right to you. Take it to the house.
They'd be so
Take it to
scared.
the house.
That poor kicker of that game. I mean, that guy, there wasn't a safe rear end in his whole team.
No.
They're all just like closing their eyes when they snap the ball, like, I don't know what's coming.
Yeah. You suppose kickers going
for the
around?
best.
Yeah.
Kickers going around after the game. You all right?
Yeah.
Need some ice for my rear end.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That was awesome to see. Very surprising. The crowd loved it. It's always exciting. You were excited. Like it's kind of rare that you can read the body language of a football player who doesn't expect something to happen, and yet it is happening, and he's just as excited as the crowd as it's happening, which was what happened, and then it happened again.
Yeah.
No way. I think like that.
Yeah.
I mean, lightning struck twice.
I know that the second time it happened, I wanted to start celebrating, but I was like, oh, got to get to the sideline first. I ran to the sideline, and then it was game on.
Oh, right. Did we had like a sideline violation?
I think it was a sideline violation.
Yeah.
I remember someone told me that.
There was a warning on that.
Yeah.
But it was, all of a sudden everybody's out on the field. Nearly out. Well, everybody was not behind the sideline. I know that. Yeah. That was a big deal.
After I calmed down, like somebody told me, like, there's a flag, like they were still discussing it. I was like,
but it was after the play.
I was like, if they take this away from me, it somehow,
Yeah.
That's right. You're going to go tackle that dude.
Yeah, and you probably just wore that around. You probably still wear it around quite a bit around the house. Just like you got.
Well, and that's what didn't Tyler talk about that last week? Like, oh yeah, he tells us about being called touchdown.
Yeah, it's like having 2 holes in one in a golf game or something like that. It's so unusual in that circumstance.
yeah.
Yeah, so for the rest of your life, you're going to be like, let me tell you about the time.
Oh, yeah.
And it'll get more and more. And it's like, you guys will have some sort of a reunion, and Mike will be like, I mean, you didn't score 5 touchdowns. Like, how did you get to 5?
Throw some extra
People
in there.
can now people can verify stuff on the phone,
Well, he's going to come back sometime, as an alum, and it'll be homecoming, and he'll have his kids with him, and I'll probably still be around, fixing helmets, and
right.
And the kid's going to come up and say, "Were you there when my dad got 2 touchdowns against Michigan?"
Yes, Michigan, indeed.
And I'll say, "Yes, I was."
Yes,
that was a big day for him. The day we beat the Wolverines.
That's right.
Yeah. So, Mike, what did you do besides just football in high school?
Yeah.
In high school, I played basketball, ran track, but I ran distance. Kind of really gave up on that sophomore year.
Yeah.
And but really, I just focused on basketball and football. But I didn't play for my school. I played AAU and church league. So but AAU was big though.
For basketball. Because I thought for a hot second that there was in Louisiana. I see how I said all the letters, that they had a church league for football, which would be awesome.
Exactly.
They did for like
They did? Churches
younger
had
kids,
football?
for younger kids.
Oh, there we go. That's what we need to do.
But my favorite AAU basketball moment was playing against my dad's team and dropping 21 on them. I didn't play for my dad when I played it.
Were you playing on like church carpet though, so it's a little different game?
Nah.
Eight foot rims.
Church league, it was just, just something to do during school.
Right.
Then in the summertime, it was AAU, and that's more competitive. You actually play against guys that play high school
Right.
basketball. So me playing against his team was pretty fun.
You took it to him.
Yeah, I wasn't really, well, to this day, I'm not really a slow-paced guy when it comes in basketball. I like fast breaks. And I like running a lot. So, yeah, it was fun.
You just whip the pants off the old man.
And he's going to listen to this and go,
Yeah, he's most definitely going to listen.
That's right. He's going to hear about that. He's going to hear all about it. I hope you bring it up every time that you're together. Let's see, 21. What was that? Why does 21 stick out? Oh, that's right. That's how many points I dumped in a bucket.
Mm-hmm.
Playing against your team there, Pops.
You said you did not, so you stopped running track after your sophomore year, and you were running distance, so like the mile or 2 mile?
Just the mile. That's
the mile.
Yes,
that was enough.
Yeah.
Like, you just like, this is look, I'll do this for you, but I'm done after that.
It was because my freshman year when I ran, I didn't make any meets, I guess because I was a freshman. I don't know. It was me and one of my other teammates. And we never really made any meets. So my sophomore year, when we went out and tried out, we kind of like just gave up and just focused on, because he was playing AAU basketball too. So we really just focused on football and basketball.
Is Monroe, is that a big school that you went to, big high school?
Yes, sir. My high school is pretty much, the highest we go in Louisiana is 5A. So there's 3 schools that you would consider like the biggest schools. And that would probably be West Monroe, my school.
Really?
And probably Neville.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's huge. So, like, how many people in the graduating class? Any idea?
I have no idea. Only thing I can tell you is our school is 3 stories and we had an elevator. So, I mean.
Oh, all right.
It was pretty big.
I mean,
dang.
Got the elevator.
Yeah. I mean, it was. We got an elevator. I mean, that's what you could brag about.
That's right. Does your school have an elevator? They're like, no, dang it, we don't have an elevator.
Yeah, we could have talked about stairs. That with Obley.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're 7 floors in Lake Mills. You don't got an elevator, do you?
Yeah, they don't. Well, they might. They probably do, tucked away in one of those crannies over there. They keep adding on to the school.
Yeah, for Jim Beamer
and things like that. Yeah.
Beamer doesn't like to walk stairs. Of course, he is. He
just retired.
I know, $140. I saw him today handing out stuff at the volleyball tournament.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sad enough.
I didn't go, but I watched it.
Right.
Yeah.
You graduated, Morgan, with probably 100 kids, right?
89.
Yeah. So in that 2A range. Yep. So vastly different than what you graduated with, whatever the number is.
Yeah, I know it's pretty high. It's pretty high number.
Yeah.
And so there were probably people that, as you're sitting in your commencement ceremony, like people walking across the stage, like, who is that?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. There was a few that I didn't really know, and then majority of them though, like we went to junior high together, and probably like 30% of them we went to elementary school together. So.
All right.
Did you part ways from them at a certain, you have friends, you have certain friends like in elementary school, and then you have certain friends in junior high, and then you have maybe a different set of friends in high school just because of life and activities. Any of those friends all the way through?
I know I have one friend that we've been friends since we were in elementary school, and we've talked about our dreams since we were younger, and we're pretty much doing what we said we were going to do. He's a rapper right now, and he's on the come up pretty much. He talks to like famous rappers and everything now, and I always say I wanted to play football, so God blessed me to be able to have an agent reach out to me and want me to sign with him after this season. So.
Nice.
I mean, hey,
wow,
I can play in one of these professional leagues. I'll be happy with that.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I saw that.
That is amazing. Yeah,
they had your profile out there on Twitter.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that is fantastic.
Yeah, there it is.
Excited.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Any ideas of where you'll take anywhere you can get just to get out? Yeah, that would be amazing.
I mean, I've been asked about like certain teams, so like the XFL.
Mm-hmm.
Me being out there in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I fell in love with it. So I was talking with my dad, and he asked me what team would I like to go play for in the XFL, and I told him the Arlington team.
Okay.
It's not that far from home, and plus, I just really like the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I really fell in love with it out there. And then, like, as far as, like, the ELF, I mean, my cousin played for the Roll Claw Panthers over there, so I would have liked to play for them. And then I've talked with my future agent about going to play for the New Jersey Generals. That's where my cousin played at.
Herschel Walker played there.
That's right.
Yep. And my cousin got the MVP, and now he plays for the Dallas Cowboys. So, I mean, it's pretty cool.
Wow.
Is that why? Is that why you like the Cowboys? Or you just always like the Cowboys?
I've always liked the Cowboys, but him going there made it a big plus.
I'll bet. I'll bet. So I'm surrounded by a couple of Vikings fans, a Dallas fan, and here I am. Hey, at least we're all embracing the NFC.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
I like that.
So Morgan, you were Wallingford your whole life.
Yep.
In town, out of town.
How many
In town.
people are in Wallingford?
90, 100.
Oh, really?
Maybe.
Wow. So a big fish in a small
That's
pond.
a town.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, it used to be a village, actually.
Yeah, for sure.
moved.
Wallingford Village, that sounds pretty
You
cool.
probably walk around Wallingford and
Mhm.
everybody in town's got a purple 52 jersey on.
Well, yeah.
Right?
I haven't been back in a while, but it'd be pretty cool.
I mean, I haven't been back, but we have been sliding those T-shirts out now for quite some time.
Yeah, we've been selling those at the
Yeah.
Casey's.
There's a little.
Is there a Casey's?
There's a little.
Oh, no. All we got is a
Oh, no.
Oh,
Don't go crazy.
Oh no, no,
got
no.
a co-op, a
Yeah,
pub,
there you go.
and
We got a pub though.
oh yeah, post office. The essentials: you get your mail,
Get your
corn,
mail,
and beer.
corn and beer. Yeah.
What else do you need? Kind of like Monroe?
Oh, no, Monroe's bigger. We have a mall and civic center, all kinds of stuff. I believe we're like the sixth biggest city in Louisiana. I'm not too sure.
Seventh. I looked it up today.
Isn't that where
Seven.
Duck Dynasty was?
Yeah,
Monroe.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Oh.
Everybody comes there to see that.
Oh, okay.
Why I was in love with their show when I was little.
Oh yeah,
Really? So that's
yeah.
they're from there. Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah.
I
It got
didn't.
to the point now. When we were younger, we used to watch the show. Like when we saw him, you'll get excited, but like as you get older, you're like, oh, that's just Willie. And then my dad, I want to say my senior year in high school, he ended up coaching basketball there at the school that his son played for, and all his kids really went there.
Mhm.
And I saw them quite a lot. So it really wasn't a big deal anymore
Yeah.
for me.
Normal folks, sort of.
Uncle
Yeah.
Si and, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
He's everybody's favorite.
Yeah.
Uncle Si.
I don't know.
Well,
he
it's
was-
nice to have some Southern wisdom,
Yeah.
that it's good for the rest of America to hear from different parts of the country besides just the coast. So it's
Now,
kind of nice.
the dad on that show, wasn't he a
They're all
football
dads.
star?
I think he played for Louisiana Tech.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the story. So Terry Bradshaw was the number 2 quarterback at the time when those two were going to school, and I can't think of his name. What's
I couldn't tell you.
what's the old guy's
I
name?
think it's
Phil?
Phil.
Phil.
Yeah. So Phil
Phil.
is according to so this is the worst story ever. But so Phil was number 1 QB, and Bradshaw's number 2, and so then Phil decides he'd rather be hunting ducks, so he just quits playing football. Like he's like, I don't want. It takes up too much time. I'd rather be out hunting ducks, and for real.
Yeah, that's
That's what he did.
Huh.
And then guess who gets to step into number 1 shoes, and that's Terry Bradshaw.
Yeah.
So I guess Phil always tell whenever they see each other. I don't know how often that is, but it's like, you're welcome.
Yeah, exactly. Can I have one of those
Yeah,
rings?
homecoming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Isn't
think
that
that-
crazy? So
So who's the most famous person in Wallingford? Besides you, obviously.
I was about to
that's
say,
a
it
dumb
has to be
question.
you.
mm,
oh, I believe it or not, I really don't even know that many people.
Really?
Know my neighbors, and that's about it.
Well, a big town like that, I can see where you don't venture out very often,
No.
especially when it's dark.
Yeah,
And it can be
don't get out too much.
Yeah. So where exactly is Wallingford?
Just south Estherville on Highway 4. About
Okay.
8 minutes.
All right. So you probably spent most of your time in Estherville, hanging out there.
No, no. I go to Spirit Lake, Okoboji.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
You bet.
You go to Okoboji quite a bit.
Yeah. The family's got a cabin over
Right.
there. Yep.
There you go. Maybe you guys will run into each other.
Maybe.
Got a boat?
I don't. Nope.
No, I don't need a boat.
I got buddies with boats. I'll be all right.
That's
Yeah,
all
there
you need.
go, for sure.
So down in Louisiana, what'd you guys do for fun back in the day?
Played basketball pretty much every day or every other day. Work out. I was always like a sports freak. My dad, he used to call me a gym rat.
Yeah.
Every time I would, even when I come home on break, he'll see me with my backpack or something, just leaving the house, and he'll just know, oh yeah, he's going to work out.
can go work
he's going
out.
to play basketball.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Really did.
Keeps you out of trouble, and like you develop some skills and stay fit, and
Yeah. We go fishing sometimes though.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
For what do you catch?
Anything.
Whatever bites.
Mm-hmm.
Any alligators? Did he go that far?
Nah, I caught an alligator gar before though.
Oh, yeah,
That's
alligator
huge.
gar. Okay.
Honestly, that's
Huge.
it's
Here
pretty
comes
crazy.
the
That's
fishing
actually
story.
my first fish I ever caught.
What? The first
When I
fish?
was a kid,
And
How big was it?
it
yeah.
was
Nobody. When
it
you're
was-
that age.
it's probably like the size of my arm.
Okay.
Oh, so a baby. Because those alligator guys can get 10, 12 foot long.
Yeah, it was when I was a
What?
kid.
Yes.
Yeah, my
Really?
uncle had to help me
Really?
Well, that's bigger than anything I've seen in the Mississippi Museum.
Oh, you mean over in Dubuque?
Yeah, no, don't they do that at the Iowa State Fair? They have like Iowa waters display from the DNR. I feel like there's a gar in there.
Yeah,
Maybe
there
it's
is.
not an alligator gar.
No, it's long nose.
Oh,
Long nose
all
gar.
right.
They have and there's over at the Spirit Lake or the Iowa Great Lakes area, there's Upper Gar Lake and Lower Gar Lake. And
Oh,
occasionally somebody will pull one out of
see
there.
what you
Oh, yeah.
opened up here, and then let's not forget about Terry Gar. That's a completely different movie. So
Terry Carr with a C.
Terry Gar.
Nah, I'm going to have to look that up on my phone at
All
some
right,
point.
we're listening. An '80s reference, Mr. Mom.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, that could be right.
I think that. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, and have you guys ever seen Mr. Mom? Man, you're gonna have to watch that movie. It's dumb.
The song.
Yeah.
It's about this dude that he loses his job and his wife goes out and she becomes very successful.
Yeah.
Gets hired.
His
and-
wife's played by an actress named Terry Gar.
Yeah, and so she, the boss is picking him up one day and he's trying to act like some sort of badass.
Yeah.
And he's got a chainsaw started in the living room.
Yeah.
And the boss
Come
is
in here.
standing there in his suit, and of course he's got all his working gear on.
Played by Martin Mull.
Yep, and he says,
Every actor he knows.
yeah, and it was Michael Keaton was the actor, and,
Yeah.
and also he turns it on, and hey,
Original
I'm
Batman.
I'm so and so, and he's like, nice to meet you, and he's
Yeah.
like, so you want a beer? And he's like, it's 8:00 in the morning. Scotch?
Yeah. It was great. It motivated me. It really was a motivating thing from watching. Came out in the early '80s, and I watched it many times. It was a family movie, and my parents thought it was funny, so we got to watch it all the time. And I thought, wouldn't it be great if I could just be a stay-at-home dad? And it turns out I excel at all of the things that a stay-at-home dad would be able to do. I can fix stuff, and I do it. So
Yeah, make supper.
yeah,
laundry.
make supper. I like to cook. I'm not like a great cook, but I
I
can
made
do
supper tonight. What did I make, Morgan?
it.
Tater tot casserole.
There you go.
Now we had a discussion on the
did.
sideline at
Got some
practice. Is it
hamburger?
now? Do you know what that is, Mike?
Yes, sir. My mom makes it.
Okay, is
Oh.
it considered casserole down in Louisiana?
I never really thought about it like that. I
Do
just know my
they
mom
talk
makes
about
it.
casseroles in Louisiana?
Oh no, we talk about
what are you talking
Louisiana food all
What
the
is
time.
no casserole? Is
really talk about
this
it.
like gumbo?
Yeah.
Oh,
What is a good gumbo? What do you have to have in a good gumbo?
Really, it just starts off with the roux. If you make the roux perfect, then it's gonna be good.
Yeah, and that is a RUE, right? Roux.
I think it's
Or no, it's
or-
no. There's an X involved.
yeah, ROUX.
Louisiana, come on.
Yeah, like
thrown
Go
in
Tigers.
there.
It's
Yeah.
not GO, it's
Oh,
GEAU.
All right.
Yeah.
Show my ignorance when it comes to cooking.
Is there stuff that like, hey, I could make that here in Iowa,
Yeah.
or is it like, no, I'm not going
Did you make a charcuterie up here?
Mm-mm. I can make Cajun Alfredo probably pretty close to how my mom makes it, but
Did you say Cajun Alfredo?
yes, sir.
What's the difference?
I'm
there?
interested.
I mean,
Is your mom coming up to this game on Saturday?
Yes, she is.
She ought
she
to
brings
be.
some Cajun Alfredo, or actually, if she would bring some gumbo, or at least let's take her to the store, Troy. We'll bring her out here, and she can make up a big old batch of gumbo.
From what I understand, goes into gumbo. Like they're going to have all the fresh ingredients where she's coming from.
Yeah,
But this Cajun Alfredo, I feel like you can make that anywhere. You just have to
can.
find a Cajun. Or,
And you just got
are you Cajun?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
It's like they say it's like coming from a French descent.
yeah. it's
Okay.
French.
Yes, sir. And hey, that's what my mom told me when I was younger. So
Okay.
took it and ran with it.
I like it. All right.
So back to what Morgan and I were going to argue about is that I said I'm making tater tot hot dish.
Oh, yeah,
said,
that's
"What?
right. Yeah, back to
Casserole."
the casserole, yeah.
Yeah, and I said we're close enough to Minnesota. You can call it hot dish. It is casserole.
Oh,
But I always throw hot dish in there. I got family.
what do
in
you call
Minnesota.
it? You're from
it's
right down the road.
Casserole.
Yeah, right. Is that an Iowa thing?
I don't know. I know Minnesota. The further north you get, the more it's going to be a hot dish.
It's weirder.
What kind of hot dish do you want? Because it's a hot dish.
Oh,
Yeah, I've never heard of hot dish.
well, I do hear about hot dishes. I've never noticed that it's a
It's a casserole.
local thing.
But it's one of those things. The people. I was going to say bad things. The people from Minnesota like to call it hot dish,
Okay.
and especially when you get up way north up there, oh, let's make some hot dish. We'll put some burger in there,
Right.
maybe some
It's
veggies.
so cold though.
Yeah, how about some
Hot dish could
lutefisk?
include anything that is room temperature. Yeah, and unless room temperature is 30
Yeah.
below.
So what's your go-to, Morgan? Like when you go home, you're like, dude, I'm going to be home Friday, and
You
I
get,
want
Mom, throw me
X."
some Cheez-Its.
Oh no, it's tater tot casserole.
Oh,
Really?
For real?
Oh man, you
I
should
love it.
You should have come home with me, man. I had some extra. I could've
Is it?
brought some.
Does yours involve cheese at all?
No,
Or
I don't do
straight on?
cheese.
No,
No.
Hey, Mom, no cheese. Yeah. So.
Dang,
We
my
don't do
mom puts
peas. Do
cheese
you do
on it.
peas?
Huh?
My mom puts cheese on hers.
Okay.
Mixed
yeah.
vegetables.
Yeah, no,
You
we
can't
we
go
just do
wrong with
green
cheese.
beans. No
we-
peas.
We do. It's
Wait a second. Did you put green beans in it?
Yeah, no peas.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of peas, so she kind of.
ours is it's
I'm gonna have to ask
there's
my
there's
wife if
corn
we
and
do
lima
that.
beans and carrots and peas and green
Lima
beans.
beans?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's how my mom makes it too.
Yeah.
No.
Mixed vegetables.
your mom's a brilliant woman.
What are we doing here? Why are we doing that? Why are we sneaking legumes into our food? That seems silly.
Well, it's good for you.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's why you put the cream of mushroom
Oh,
soup in
yeah.
there.
There you go.
Yeah, slows the
like,
heart
yeah,
down.
sneak a couple
Kids won't eat
vegetables
lima
in there.
beans unless we. Hey, I got an idea. Throw me that jar. Yeah, cream of mushrooms.
So what's the go-to meal? Like if your mom said, Mike, I'm going to bring up your favorite dish, what's that going to be?
Cajun Alfredo.
Yeah,
Cajun Alfredo,
for sure.
Okay, I wasn't 100% sure.
Cajun Alfredo, which when you think about it is
What-
also
what
funny
ma-
because
okay.
Cajun, French descent, Alfredo, I think that's the brother of the Godfather. So it's completely like two different. It's
That was
amazing.
his son, actually. Well, unless you're talking about
Michael is the
part two.
Godfather. Like that story
He
of
is
the
now.
Godfather is about Michael. The whole thing's about Michael.
I understand that,
You
but he
guys
wasn't
know
the
what the Godfather is.
The
I
movie.
heard of it. I never watched it.
Oh my
Yeah.
Martin
word! So we've got Mr. Mom and the Godfather. That's a trilogy, by the way.
I
So
think The Godfather's on Netflix. I might have to watch
that
it.
you should.
I've
not
got it on.
till
I've
Sunday.
got it on
Do
DVD
Sunday.
if you can find one of those relics.
Yeah, do it Sunday because you'll get. You don't
It's
need.
it's a 3-hour movie each one. Godfather's Part 1 and 2. Part 2
Is the
better
best.
better movie.
You know why? Because it's actually closer to the book.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mario Puzo.
Mm-hmm. Anyway,
Or is it Puzo? I don't know.
it's a great
It's
show.
Italian, so
yeah,
I mean,
it's a great show.
whatever.
Bunch of criminals.
Yeah, I mean, they're just a nice Italian family that kills people and that, double cross them.
Do you know what they didn't have? Cajun Alfredo.
They didn't.
They had the
So what-
Alfredo.
I want to know what makes what. Okay, like I can go to Shooters here in Forest City and say,
Mhm.
"Hey, I want some chicken Alfredo." What's going to make it Cajun?
All right, so we put you can do spicy sausage or you can do regular sausage, and then you put just regular chicken in it, and then you could put crawfish tails in it and shrimp.
Oh yeah.
And then you put your Cajun spice, and then after you put the Cajun spice, you put pretty much any of your other favorite seasonings, and I mean that's Cajun Alfredo.
Do you like the crawfish tails?
Oh
Oh yeah.
Have you ever had crawfish?
I have indeed.
Okay. All right, good. So we're all on board with the crawfish.
Crawfish is some of the best.
Okay. Yeah,
Good-
I'm not
good
against it.
So do you? I mean, have you legitimately eaten crawfish?
Yeah,
the way you're
in
supposed to eat it?
Alabama. Yeah. We did a great shrimp boil, and we included a bunch of crawfish. Actually, Mark Helgeson found them, and it was really good. Really good. I agree. They're different than other types of.
How about you, Morgan? You did it the traditional way.
What?
They still have the heads
twist-
on.
Oh,
Twist the tail and then turn her around and
Man,
suck
I don't-
all the juice out of the head.
I've tried it. I'm not
You're not a guy that does that.
not too big of a fan of
Oh,
crawfish.
see, that's what I'm saying. I'm not against it.
Yeah.
Oh, I
But
love
if
it.
you
feel
were
like
to
there's-
say, let's say you got two plates in front of you, and one of them is a pile of crawdads, and the other is a delicious bowl of Cajun Alfredo. I might take some of the crawdads and I put them on the side of the Alfredo, but I'm going with the Alfredo.
Oh yeah, the alternative.
Yeah.
So, what's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten, Mike?
Yeah. Okay. Now, why we
I
start
love
with
this.
the
I love
guy
this.
from
It's a culinary episode.
Louisiana.
Louisiana.
What have you eaten that's weird?
Probably calamari.
That's delicious.
We went to Red Lobster,
Listen,
and my brother was eating it, and he told me it was onion rings. The whole time I thought it was onion rings. I guess he knew I wasn't gonna
They're
eat
kind
it.
of chewy.
Yeah, so like we were eating it, and I was like, these don't really taste like onion rings. I don't taste it. And he was like, it's calamari. I was like, what's that? And he was like, dude, it's squid. And I was like, and I just like paused, and I was like, oh well, I'm already eating it. Might as well keep eating it.
Yeah, calamari is. But you went to Red Lobster to do that, and you live in Louisiana.
Thank you.
I feel like that's not like there's got to be a place in Louisiana that you can go that is not a chain.
Oh yeah, of course. We have plenty of them.
Yeah. Just what's the best mom and pop seafood restaurant, or what? No, it didn't have to be seafood. What's the best? Maybe Cajun. I don't know. What's the best place for you to go when you're back home that you're like, this is nowhere else? We just got to be here.
It was this one place when I was younger, but they changed the name of it. Ever since they changed the name of it, I haven't been to it. But it was called Cypress Grill, and they had like a lot of like Louisiana dishes in there.
Okay.
And I remember eating there as a young kid, and that was some good Louisiana food there.
But it's not called that anymore.
It's called.
What was the place that we learned about last week down there in way down South Iowa? What was that? It was called the Co-op.
It was the Board of Trade.
The Board of Trade.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like
You've been to the Board of Trade?
Yeah.
I have not.
Way down there.
So, Tyler, same question. What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
Well, I think I'd have to go with alligator.
Okay.
Yeah. Went down to Florida when I was really little. My grandparents took me and my brother and sister, and we went down there, and we're looking at an appetizer, and it said fried alligator. And I was like, oh, that's weird.
You'd be crazy not to.
Yeah, they ordered it, and I gave it a try, and I feel like every kid, when you try something new, everything tastes like chicken. Because that's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
Alligator does have a...
So one of my favorite things that, it's about me now. One of the things that a former a guy that I worked with before, he knew the family very well, and he said, you Buffingtons, you guys just eat guts.
Oh.
Because we'll eat most anything.
Okay.
One of my favorite things in the world to eat, if it's prepared, and it just has to be boiled for about an hour and a half, cow tongue. Beef tongue?
I hate it.
You win.
Man, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, beef tongue is... I've got like 4 of them in my freezer right now, and I need to get one out. And
You know what? I'll tell you what.
Maybe I'll take it up to Madison.
Every year, we get half a cow. We don't buy beef in the grocery store. This is Iowa. Why would you do that? There's farmers all over the place, right? So, and they always ask me, like, would you like the tongue? And I was like, yeah. I said, no. Well, I don't know why you keep asking. Like, put a note on the card with my name on it.
Don't give it to me because I don't make them often enough. Because when I prepare them, my wife leaves the house for hey, wait a minute. My wife leaves the house for a week.
There you go. So it's like you boiled a tongue in the because we raised cattle, so you would look at like a cow's tongue when it's working.
Yeah,
is pretty gross.
Yeah. It is.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah,
but you love it.
Oh, I do, and it's one of those that kind of like Mike's story. We were over at the lakes one time, and my oldest daughter was still in school here in Forest City, and I had boiled a beef tongue, and I cut it up into tiny little cubes, and I'd set it out. Of course, in the fridge, I set it out, and as it was cold, man, the kids are just plowing it in their face. And
really?
Like, oh, this is delicious because it tastes like roast beef.
Oh,
and like, what is that? It's kind of I mean, it tastes good, but it's got a different texture to it. It's like it's beef tongue. Oh my God, it's disgusting.
Yeah,
they didn't like it after they found out it was the tongue.
But they liked it before. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you fry stuff, though, the alligator.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'll go to the other end of the animal. If you have like fried balls.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like
pig balls.
Yeah. Or really, I mean, when I was at Waldorf, was friends with some guys that were from football players down in southern Iowa around Oxford, right around Iowa City there.
Yeah.
Kelowna, Oxford. And we went down to a party. Like, I know you guys don't party and everything, but when we were in college, we partied quite a bit, and probably too much. And actually, so we would go to the party and way down to Oxford, Iowa, and in a cornfield, and just and we had but dinner that night was a big nut fry is what it was called.
Yeah,
and it was delicious.
Yep, I was at a moose lodge in Maryville, Missouri, and the guy comes out, and we're all eating, and it's like I knew it was pig testicles, but then it was like the guy comes out, who wants more nuts, and everybody goes crazy.
Oh,
yeah.
I would again though, if it was a plate full of it.
Oh no.
Or Cajun Alfredo, I would go with the Alfredo though, hands down. Like
Alternative.
I'm not, like give them 2 plates. Maybe 1 or 2 on the side just to show that you can eat it, but that's enough.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Mike, you're a no on the testicles.
All right. Well, that's good.
I might give them a try.
Oh yeah. Well, they're deep
Try it out.
fried.
Deep fried. Anything.
Yeah. They fillet them.
Deep fried cow tongue might be.
Ooh.
Hey, let's talk about football a little bit though.
Yeah.
Coming up this week, senior day.
Yeah, senior day.
God, now I feel.
What year are you, Mike? What year are you on the field?
This is my last college season, senior year.
So you're walking on Saturday.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah, that's why mom's coming up.
Yes, sir.
With the she's like, I can't think of a better way than to be there on senior day with this delicious pot of Cajun Alfredo.
Fresh Roy and Andy. Yeah, I'll be on the sideline, so I'll have the first shot.
Yeah,
I'll just be
she's like-
standing there looking at the press box like,
yeah.
delicious.
It's just like all the moms for senior day bring some kind of dish, and it's nothing but crock pots plugged in on the sideline. Awesome.
I would love that.
Yeah, it'd be great. Yeah,
Yeah.
you would.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
guys,
yeah.
focus on the game. Good Lord.
exactly. So Morgan, you're walking too on.
Yep.
Yep.
Indeed.
How's that feeling?
Weird.
Yeah.
Just kind of crazy to see that 4 years just flown by.
Yeah.
Like I still remember freshman year like it was yesterday.
Yep. It goes fast. It goes
Mhm.
real fast.
Yeah, it's going to be something. And then a week after that, you're on to your the last game of the season, and of course we beat them once already, but that was didn't count as the regular season, and this does. So
Well, hey, the team that we're
Yeah.
playing on Saturday, the powerhouse of the North Star, Iowa Wesleyan Tigers, they beat Dakota State.
good.
That was probably their quality win on the year.
Oh, nice. Good.
Yeah, because Finlandia, they played them.
Oh, isn't that
Who is that?
a vodka?
Yeah, great question. Who is that? And then I was looking at Finlandia. They're 0-9.
Oh,
And then Finlandia's closest game was with some other school that happened to get beaten by Iowa Wesleyan.
wow.
Well, the Tigers, they're coming in, and
Yeah.
like last year, they got a lot of swagger, I think, because it's home of the air raid. The air raid offense was developed at Iowa Wesleyan, so they can put that feather in their cap. But, I've talked smack about Iowa Wesleyan many episodes. I call them the powerhouse of the North Star because, they beat presentation.
Yeah.
I mean, so they got that going for them.
Yeah, they got presentation going.
Yeah, and love that. I actually love the presentation program. They're quality folks.
Well, it sounds like they've got some wins. You've named 3 or 4.
they got
wins.
4.
Yeah, they got 4
They
wins.
got 4, and I think the combined total of wins on the teams that they've beat is like 3
Oh, okay.
of the 4 teams.
1 is 0. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so they're. I mean, what do you? Hey, we're 4 and 5, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but look who you beat.
Okay.
I mean, come on. Did you play the national
Well, now they're
championship?
coming up here, and they're gonna have to. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You guys
So
gonna
anyway,
have fun on Saturday though with that. I mean, if they're the home of the air raid, that should make you happy more.
Oh, yeah.
Because you'd be like, yeah, throw it over here. I dare you. See what happens. Listen, things seem to work out for me, and just try it out.
there's a reason they call me touchdown.
Actually, you got a whole bunch of people back there that can be looking to grab some balls out of the air, and I'm not talking the kind that we fry.
Not fried balls.
No.
So I'm actually a DN now, so
Are
no
you?
linebacker. Yeah, so I'm in the trenches.
Oh, I like that's the worst. If you're the defensive end, you get blamed for everything. If they get outside of you,
Yep.
that's the wrong answer. If you get inside
Stay
of
home,
you,
stay
why didn't you
home.
crush them in? There's no winning on that.
That is very
You
true.
feel like, but you can handle it as a senior.
Oh yeah,
You're just like, I
I try.
don't even listen to coaches anymore at this point. No, I'm just kidding.
Say those guys.
What are they gonna do?
Chapa's like, I was like, I don't want to hear it. It's my day.
Yeah. Is it going to be an emotional thing for you? The last time, granted, this is your first year at Waldorf, and Troy and I have always said that for our players here, we want to make this home for you. We want to make you feel welcome. We want to make make you know that you belong here, and you will today, tomorrow, and always be a warrior to us. Is it going to be emotional to you to have the folks there hear your name, come out walking with the fam?
Yeah, it will a little bit. I was talking to Coach P about this like yesterday. We were in his office, and I told him, I said, dang, I wish you would have left Sagu a year earlier. I would have came with you, because I really like it up here. I just like, I love the Warrior Walk. Like,
Isn't that great?
That's the closest thing to like Division I that I've seen from an NAIA. Because, like, it gives you the vibe. Like them when they walk to, the locker room, they see the fans and they give everybody high fives and stuff like that. I mean, that's kind of cool. And then seeing little kids after the game come up to us and ask for our autographs and stuff, it's pretty cool. It's fun. Yeah. And it's just, I just feel like it's better too, because it's like we're really supported here and we're really wanted. I mean, I like the love here. I saw it the first day. I was like, after the first home game, they were like, yeah, after every game they have a tailgate for you, food, everything. I was like, oh, okay, I didn't know that. But yeah, I like it here. That's
good. That's great to hear. That warms our heart. The Gridiron, we just had a meeting last night and discussed those very things. So I'm glad that you can validate that we're doing some things right. And most of the credit on some of that stuff goes to, the parents of the seniors that have been doing this for quite a while. And we want to make sure that everybody knows that those are just some very special people. And not only are we going to miss their sons next year, but we're going to miss a lot of those parents. Those are amazing people. And you guys are very fortunate that they do put that up there, and it's glad to know that you know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. And Morgan, you've kind of seen it grow.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Through the 4 years that you've been with the program, And so, do you have any eligibility left?
I think I got a COVID season.
You got a COVID season, so are you still mulling that over?
Yeah, it's up in the air.
Okay,
we'll see.
Okay, because I mean, I've been around the program. Involved with it this is my third season, and it's like I've seen you there every day, and it's like as you get older and better and stuff like that, you're getting a lot more reps. You're out there a heck of a lot more than you were 2 years ago. Obviously, that's the nature of the beast. It's the program.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's the program, and we were saying at our episode last week that of all the mullets on the sideline, yours is probably the grandest.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Love to hear it.
Yeah, is that something that the folks love, the mullet?
My dad, he was right on right away. He jumped in the train. He's like, "Yep, we're doing it. Let's go." He's like, he wanted it more bad than I think I did. But my mom, that was a different story. I told her, I was like, "Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna get a mullet." What? I was like, "Yep, Mom, I'm gonna get a mullet." Why would you do that? I don't know, Mom. I want to.
Well, because you can.
Exactly.
Yeah. What are you both? What are you studying? What's your
education?
All right, so you're going to be a teacher and a coach, probably, maybe.
Yep. Oh, yeah, definitely a coach.
What kind of education?
PE.
Okay.
High school.
Wait a second. My son Jack said he saw you hanging around the school. Are you visiting the school?
I was, yeah.
Yeah,
yep.
Good. All right.
Yeah.
You should.
Yeah, hopefully he's not just hanging around the school. Like, hey, how you doing?
When I'd say your name, he's like, yeah, he's just hanging out. I was like, yeah, in his van.
Exactly.
Free massages out here, kids. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. You guys like Marlboro?
No, I got a mullet. It's okay. It's fine. Just get in the van. Good deal. Well, you can't wear that if you're a teacher. Well, maybe you could. Back in Estherville, they'd be like, a nice mullet. Get in here, you crazy guy. Let's get some PE going. Mike, what are you studying? What are you going to graduate with?
I'm working on my master's in business administration right now.
Oh, all right.
Oh, nice.
in business administration. So then the goal is to
get my own sports training facility.
Okay. All right. So sticking with what you know but doing it with some business acumen. Oh, yeah. That sounds great.
Yeah, I'm kind of like I already have 3 degrees right now, but
like a 3rd degree black belt. You're out there just chopping stuff up, making things happen. What are these other degrees in?
I have my bachelor's in interdisciplinary studies with the focus in business administration and kinesiology.
Okay.
I have my other degree, my AA in religious studies.
Okay.
Another AA in public administration.
Okay. Wow. Very good. Okay. So
impressive.
Public administration. And I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been working in public
And
administration.
religious studies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. Finally, got somebody that can talk about God with us and then figure out what's going on.
Troy and I had the luxury and the honor of interviewing A. David Bolstorff, who the field is named after. And he had some things to say. And it's one of those, Dave is he is an ordained pastor with a Lutheran church. He was actually the one that officiated mine and my wife's wedding back in 1994. And
Yeah, you win.
yeah, I know. But it's one of those things that was extremely emotional listening to him talk. And when he talked about
Yeah.
just the equation of football to life and
Yes.
and your faith,
Yeah.
that was one of those. And I'd said to him in the podcast, I said, Coach, I wish more than anything
Yeah.
we could take what you just said and send to those kids, because it rang so true, and it still does today. So
Yeah.
if you get a moment before game time on Saturday, go back and you know, there's some shtick in there, and he talks about some of the past stuff. But when near the end of the episode, when he starts talking about football and life and how it translates
Yeah.
to faith and things like that, it's extremely powerful. And how, you know, he starts off by saying, you know, football is the greatest team sport ever invented.
Mm-hmm.
And it was solid gold after that.
Yeah, some sage advice from a coach that coached for over 40 years, who came to Waldorf not as the coach but as the chaplain, and God put him in that position to be the coach when the coach he was helping out died of a heart attack. No, he did not die.
He did not die. He had a heart attack the first day of practice.
Yeah, he didn't die, but he was done with football. So
Yeah.
in that way.
So hey, Dave, you're the guy.
Yeah.
Well, there's only two coaches back there.
Yeah, that's
1967 is when he took over. Yeah.
And no scholarships either. So he instituted, got scholarships going and all that stuff. Amazing thing. But that's all on another podcast. This is your podcast. Before we wrap it up, though, I want any last sentiments from either one of you. I guess Mike will start with you. And you know, it is the senior game Saturday. It's the last game at Bolstorff Field, and Mom's coming up. Shout out to the family. What do you want to say to them, and what do you want to say about to anybody else who's listening about the football here at Waldorf?
I want to say, if you're thinking about coming here and playing, you know, your teammates and coaches, they're all gonna welcome you with open arms. Because I remember the first day I got here, a lot of the guys knew who I was, and we had a group chat before I got here, but I didn't really talk in it a lot too much. But like when I got here, like everybody knew who I was, and they would all, oh, I heard you were that really good receiver. And I was like, nah, man, I suck. And they were like, oh, no, that's not what Coach P said. That's not what I've been seeing. And I'm like, how do you know all this? So
Right.
It's just, it was just cool. And then when Coop found out I was coming up here, he started texting me, and me and Sam started texting over the summer. So, you know, I started to get to know a few guys. So, I mean, I like the team chemistry here, because like when I remember one time before a meeting, one of our team meetings, Coach Finley walked in, and the meeting was supposed to start, and he just sat there for like 5 minutes just looking at us. And then he was like, you know, made us clap or whatever, you know, things that we do before the meeting. And then he said, you guys see that? And we were like, what are you talking about? He was like, I like what I just saw. You guys are all talking and laughing. And it's like, and that's what you need in a team. And I like it too, because it feels like we all gel as one up here. And that's what I really like. You don't got anybody that, you know, blames or points the finger at, you know, another position group or, you know, offense or defensive side. So, you know, that's what I really like. It's not really toxic. And this is really like a family brotherhood up here. And that's what I really liked.
That's awesome to hear.
Yes, sir.
That is awesome. So, Morgan, what do you? I mean, that was pretty good. I don't know.
It's pretty kind of hard to follow that one up. Thanks, Mike.
Should have ended with you, actually.
You can edit. What's your time been like here, man?
Quick, but fun. I mean, I met lifelong friends. I mean, everybody on the team. I mean, I don't think there's a single person I don't get along with. I mean, talk about me and Mike. I mean, come from two different parts of the country, and I mean, when we talk, it's like we've known each other for years.
Yeah.
But I mean, just the relationships you build. And I feel like that's kind of big wherever you go. Like, I mean, hanging out with the coaches, even got good relationships with those guys, and definitely gonna miss all that. Miss seeing all the guys, like when you walk into meetings and in the locker room and stuff. And I don't know. I've had fun. It's been a fun 4 years. I don't think I'd trade it for anything.
Football is the greatest team sport ever because it teaches you how to be a man. And that's one of the things that, Coach talks about all the time. We're trying to take these boys that we bring from high school and turn them into men so that when you go out and start your business, Mike, that you have some foundational things that they've been able to teach you through football to make you successful. When you're in that gym, on that field, Morgan, working with kids, whatever you happen to be doing, those things that you learn here from your coaches, from your teammates, from members of the community that love you guys, and they do. It's going to translate into success for the rest of your life.
The community service aspect of it is that what Forest City, what Waldorf, what the university is doing right, what the program specifically is doing right, that you recognize, you say, this matters, like how we feel, how the Warrior Walk and all of these things, like on a Saturday at Bolstorff Field or wherever we go. That is a community that is working together, loving each other, having fun, supporting each other in the ups and downs, and they're there for you. Take that with you wherever you go. Take that with you and make that a part of the community that you inevitably will inspire and be a part of. And that's our form of community service. So what you learn here, what you get from Waldorf, what you get from the program particularly, what you learn from those coaches and from your peers, and just apply that to the next community that you belong to.
Real quick, before we do close, I want to give you guys an opportunity to give a shout out to your family.
Yeah.
Mike, who you got back home that's going to come see you, and who else might be there?
Shout out to my aunt, my future uncle, my cousins that are coming, my mom and dad, my daughter. Yeah, that's pretty much it that's coming.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. It's going to be nice to see that entourage enter the field. So, Morgan, who you got back home and who's going to be supporting you on Saturday?
Mom, dad, and brother and sister. They'll all be here, and should be a good day.
It definitely will be.
So, will the moms cry?
Oh yeah, my mom was definitely gonna cry. She cried. She cried.
Yeah.
When I had my draft, NFL draft prospect interview, she cried.
That's awesome. I'd cry.
She cries for everything.
So my dad might even be a little bit of a waterworks.
Oh, there you go. Breaking it down.
You guys going to get a little misty out there?
I might. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep.
My emotions
Probably
kind of unpredictable.
Undefeated at home is the goal, and 1-0 every week. So
Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, with that, I want to thank everybody for taking the time, getting to know Morgan Dostal and Mike Mouton just a little bit better, and for them to take some time out of their very busy schedule for us to get to know you a little bit better. And to thank everybody for listening to this episode of the Waldorf Gridiron Podcast, and for Troy Thompson and Andy Buffington. Thanks so much for listening, and forever and always,
go Warriors.
You can join the Waldorf Gridiron Club today by sending a check to the Waldorf Gridiron Club, P.O. Box 125, Forest City, Iowa, 50436.
Or message us by visiting and like our Facebook page, Waldorf Gridiron Club. Or email us at waldorfgridironclub@gmail.com.
Or it's as easy as clicking on the Support the Show link on your phone. Become a patron of the Gridiron Club by choosing to support the program monthly. $100 is the black membership at $9 a month.
The $250 level is purple at $25 a month.
$500 is the Warrior membership at $45 a month.
The all-conference level is $750 or $65 a month.
$1,000 is the All-American membership at $85 a month.
The champion level is $125 a month, and that's $1,500 a year.
$2,500 is the Hall of Fame membership.
The Waldorf Gridiron Club podcast is hosted by Andy Buffington and me, Troy Thompson. Produced by Sunnyside Farmstead Studios in beautiful rural Forest City, Iowa. The music is by Christian Leo. The Waldorf Gridiron Club is a non-profit 501c3 organization dedicated to football student-athletes of Waldorf University. Our mission is to assist the program in maintaining the best small college football experience in America.